What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We have finally made it. It has been a long time coming. I know I'm damn excited. I'm sure Jay and JJ are excited. Week 1 of the NFL season is upon us. Without further ado, we're here with a full Week 1 NFL betting preview. I'm here joined as always by Coach Jay Gruden. Jay, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Doing real good. JJ, what's up, man?
I had my fantasy football draft the other night. I went to a Hooters, had a few pops, got that liquid confidence going. I ended up asking the Hooter waitress to make my first overall selection at the number 3 pick. She went Travis Kelce, so I'm not doing so well. I'm not sure if he's playing or not this week, so I'm already down bad. And it's not even started yet. The season hasn't even started.
I took Cooper Cup, so don't feel bad.
That's good then. That's good to hear. That's good.
Jay, I just saw before we went live, Cooper Kupp might be headed to the IR, so it might be even like a long-term injury there. So you might be in trouble, man. You might be in trouble.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it might be IR. It could be 4 weeks. Who knows how long? Jay, though, JJ, you're looking a little bit better. I think Kelce might miss a week or two. The X-ray didn't look good. I saw the X-ray on Twitter, but it didn't look good. But we're excited. JJ, I know you have a jersey to give away. I saw your tweet. You want to go ahead and pick a winner to give away this jersey that you tweeted out today?
So what I did was I told the people that I would give a list of names, whoever did that, to my pops. So Dad, I'm going to rattle you off a bunch of names. Keep one in the back of your head. All right. There's no favoritism here. I'm just going to read them off to you. Just keep the one that you like the most. There's about 40 names on here. I'm just going to try to go down them quickly. Let me find this real quick. Here we go. I'm going to find it here shortly. Oh my gosh. Here we go. You put me on the spot here, Grant. I know we were doing this here early. Here we go. All right, let's go ahead. Here we go. We got Matty Betts, B. Ritz, Parker Blake, Bofa, Chandler, Oliver Fleece, Crazy Crayons, Jay Rizite, Mike Coinsnatch, Andrew Farmer, Robert Chaplin, Troy, B, Sean the Cowboy, Zona J's Plays, Owen Slack, Cam, Pelican Pick, Scott Snow, DeSpikes, ______, Mitch, Richard Perkins, Kyle M, DPT Betts, Ethan Wild, Derek Burgess, Jay, TKT Services, Nick Lyons, Ryan Kelly, Roller Coaster Betting, Will Burdick, Robert Walt, James, Strictly ATS, Trey Tedford, Kyle Maddie, Jacob Brockman. Justin.
Well, when I was with the Redskins, we really wanted to draft Ryan Kelly. But I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go Sean the Cowboy because I love
Sean the freaking Cowboy. I'm going to make sure he's got it. Why Sean the Cowboy? Why did that stick into your mind?
I don't know.
Sean the Cowboy. Sean the Cowboy.
Freaking Cowboy.
NFL jerseys going to Sean the Cowboy. We're very excited. Congratulations to Sean the Cowboy. Guys, we're pumped, right? We're going to run through every single game on the slate. We've got the odds to pull up here momentarily. But before we begin, we've been talking about it off air. If you guys are familiar with Jay, you know it's time with Washington. You know it's time in Cincinnati. In Cincinnati, he went over Mickey Mouse horse shit to his offensive unit. And every week, we're going to keep track of every single pick. Myself, Jay, and JJ. Whoever has the least amount of picks right will be awarded the Mickey Mouse horse shit award for the worst betting week out of everybody. But before we get into the picks, so we can see who gets a Mickey Mouse horse shit award for week 1, Peter, our producer, why don't you roll the clip of just when he gave out the Mickey Mouse horse shit award back when he was in Cincinnati.
More shotgun if we can't take a snap, all right? Act like our shit don't stink. It fucking stinks. Some of the shit that happened yesterday, you wouldn't expect on the first day of rookie OTAs, to be honest with you. We had 3 drop snaps and a couple other things that were my fault. That is Mickey Mouse horse shit football right there. And we all had our hand in it. Everybody had their hand in it. And it can't happen for us to be as good as we want to be. Ever. I can handle a drop every now and then. I can handle a guy beating you with a good pass rush move. I can handle certain things, but I can't handle mental fuck-ups time and time again. Andy's been a quarterback here for 3 fucking years and hasn't had 1 drop snap. Not 1. We had 3 in 1 day. Concentration, poise. You got to have it on every snap in this game. Otherwise, you're going to get your ass beat time and time again. You're going to be 18th ranked in offense. You're going to be 9-7 or 8-8, and you're going to be fucking watching the playoffs at home every year. Yesterday, we took a major step backwards, and now today we got to take 2 steps forward. You got to have great concentration, great attention to detail, not just on Sundays, on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. If you want to muddle around at 500, fucking then come out here, fuck around and fuck up. But if you want to be great, you got to set your standards high, and you got to come out and go after it every fucking day.
That was awesome. I have
Jay,
a couple questions. First question
go ahead.
is, how big is Mickey Mouse horse shit? I mean, is it big? Is it little?
I took you to Disney World, JJ. Remember that?
Yeah, I did.
Remember that?
I do.
Mickey Mouse horse shit. You've been there, done that. That's a horrible place to be. Right.
Jay, did the speech stick with the players? Did any of them down the season bring up Mickey Mouse horse shit again, or was that a one and done thing?
I don't remember it, but we actually played pretty good after that. I mean, we had a good team. Actually, I love the Bengal team that we had. I mean, really, Eifert, you saw Eifert in there, Giovanni. I mean, Andy Dalton. We made a good run. If it weren't for the injuries at the end of the year, I think we could have won it all. But that was a fun time and a great experience. The Hard Knocks was fun.
I see Mikey Coin Snatches in the comments. He was probably hoping he won the jersey. He says, Giants beating the Cowboys week 1. Let's go. We'll get to that pick. But without further ado, let's get into the week 1 plays. Jay, we're going to go this way. I'm going to start with you first and then go to JJ. Tomorrow, as we all know, Chiefs, Lions, week 1. It's going to be a fantastic game. We've got the odds pulled up here. Again, odds courtesy of BetCheck. And real quick, guys, if you are new users can get up to $1,000 in bonus bets for BetCheck just in time for football season. JJ, I know you might need them. Jay, who knows if you'll need them, man. But we're ready to roll. Week 1, Lions, Chiefs. The Lions line has moved down to +4.5 after the news of Travis Kelce probably not playing in this game. We were talking about it off here, Jay. We saw the numbers. I saw some of the numbers. Patrick Mahomes on the field with and without Kelce. We touched on it, right? You got Sky Moore, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. After that, I mean, you have Kadarius Toney, but that's really it, right? The weapons are slim pickings in KC. How are you feeling, Jay? Are you going KC? Are you going Detroit week 1 tomorrow night?
Jay or JJ?
Jay.
Me. I'm going Detroit. I actually love this Detroit squad. I really do. I think that without Travis Kelce is a bell cow, game-breaking son of a gun. Without him, you go to Noah Gray. You go from Travis Kelce to Noah Gray. It's a huge difference. I know we have Patrick Mahomes. However, I think Detroit has a frame of mind right now. They have the weapons. They have the coach. They have the quarterback. I think they're playing well. They have the confidence. I think it's going to be an upset, and I think Detroit wins it.
I'm right there with you. I'm going to jump in because I'm going Lions too. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm taking Detroit. I'm taking Dan Campbell. I'm taking Jared Goff. It's a difference maker. You're right on, Jay. I'm taking Detroit. JJ, what about you? Are you going KC or Detroit?
I don't know, man. I feel like Kelce, if
you don't
he
know,
wanted to play, he would play. I think I like Kansas City still. I think they still find a way to win. But it wouldn't surprise me one bit if Detroit comes back and covers. I'd still take Kansas City. Am I betting it? No, I'm probably going to lean more of the player prop side. But if I am betting on this game, I would take Kansas City -4.5. That's just still too low not to take him with Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
I'm also going to go under 52 in this game. Over-under is currently set at 52. I'm going to go under. I think
the best players other than Patrick Mahomes aren't playing. Chris Jones is out. Yeah. Travis Kelce is out. Now, I'd love Patrick Mahomes. I get it. He's a game-breaking son of a gun. But when you take away these two guys, it makes a big difference. Detroit's going to win the game.
I'm right there with you. JJ, you're the only one going KC. Again, I'm going under 52 here. JJ, earlier talking to you, man, I know you said you had some player props for this game, and we'd love to hear them because I know it's seeing your following. Everybody loves the player props that you put out there, not only the money line, over-under spread picks. So what are your player props for tomorrow in Lions Chiefs?
Let's go ahead and start with the Lions starting receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown. You got no Jameson Williams. Who's going to get the ball? Who's Jared Goff going to throw to? I know you got Laporta. I know you also got my guy Brock Wright. I don't even know who the other receiver is once Jameson Williams is out. But I think Amon-Ra is going to get fed. 6.5 receptions over. I think he hits that easy. I think he might hit 9. He might even hit double digits. Love Amon-Ra this week. then you're going to look at Jahmyr Gibbs over receiving yards. I think he's going to be involved a lot early, but more in the passing game, more so than the run. You got, you have your guy in David Montgomery. He's going to be the guy who's going to pound the rock, I feel like, more. But in the passing game, I think Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be involved quite a bit. Look for him to get his over 30.5 receiving yards. And then talking about David Montgomery, when you talk about Jamal Williams last year and how he vultured off a lot of the touchdowns from DeAndre Swift, I would feel that's going to be kind of the same way. Jahmyr Gibbs might be getting some rushes here and there, but on the goal line, look for David Montgomery to find the end zone. Anytime touchdown.
I love it. I love it, man. I love it. Player props are always fun. Also, guys, with the new BetCheck 2.0 release, we have a new Parlay Plus. Again, it is very nice, very smooth. Tons of more options for you all across the board. So if you want to lock in a Parlay Plus like JJ's with the player props, throw in Lions or Chiefs, whatever you want to do, it is available to you now in BetCheck 2.0. But it sounds good. It sounds like Jay and I are going Lions and you're going Chiefs. I can't wait. I'm super pumped that NFL is back. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's move to the Sunday slate. Houston Texans at Baltimore Ravens. I think it is obvious here. I will say 10 points is a ton of points in any NFL game, in my opinion, no matter how you look at it, right? The Ravens have some new pieces coming in. Brand new weapons in Zay Flowers, OBJ, rookie in Zay Flowers. I know Lamar got the contract, Mark Andrews. The defense is always good in Baltimore. I think they win this game. And again, I think personally, any spread, once you get to 10 and above in NFL is tough. Jay, what are your thoughts on the spread there and who you're going with in this game? Again, I think it's pretty obvious, but let's hear your thoughts.
You got to be careful about the pretty obvious ones because nothing's obvious when you're betting on pro football, right? I mean, I think that Baltimore is a very explosive offense. They have a lot of weapons, and I think Houston has some issues. However, it's 10 points. It's the NFL. But Baltimore is way better than Houston. Top to bottom. Offense, defense, special teams, coaching. Baltimore is better than Houston. If I were betting it, I would take Baltimore. CJ Stroud is a great quarterback, but he's a long way away. It's hard for a rookie to come and play against the Baltimore Ravens defense and try to pick them apart. Baltimore's defense is not what they used to be, but I still think that Baltimore is going to win easily.
And when I say obvious, I mean, do you think that, I know you said it's the NFL and you've coached in it for a long time. Do you really think there's any shot, like spread-wise, I get it, it's not obvious, but I don't think there's any shot Houston comes to Baltimore week 1 with CJ Stroud and wins this game, right? Like, I think there's no shot. Obviously, you can say what you want. There might be a little shot, but I just don't see it under any circumstance.
Turnovers and referees can change that narrative quite a bit. You turn the ball over if you're Lamar Jackson, the referees holding, pass interference. I mean, you never know. There are some instances where I could see Houston possibly making a run, but I think Baltimore is too strong. I think Lamar is going to come out and ball in his first game back with a new contract. I think he's going to kill it. I think Baltimore is going to score at least 30, 40 points, and I don't think Houston can match that.
I'm going to go Baltimore as well. I'm going to take the Ravens minus 10. I hate to do it, but I'm going to do it. Take them to cover the spread as well. JJ, what about you, man?
I take Baltimore alternate line, bring them up to like 16.5, 17. I don't even know what you can do there, man. I just think it's going to be a blowout. CJ Stroud, he's going to have some growing pains, I think, and it's hard to go into Baltimore and win this game. Baltimore's got a lot to prove. You got a lot to, offensively, they're going to be strong. D'Amico Ryans may have a good game plan, though. I'm really curious to see how well he does on the defensive side of the ball and coaches them up. But I do like this 17 points that they win by. I think it's going to be like a 31-10 ball game.
How do you think CJ Stroud fares in his NFL debut, JJ? You think he throws an interception or two?
2 picks, and we might be talking about Case Keenum tomorrow or on Monday.
Oh, jeez.
Come on, JJ.
What?
That's stupid.
No way.
We're not talking about Case Keenum. It's CJ Stroud. They drafted him early. Give him a little break.
Okay.
Good
1 interception.
God.
1 interception. Yeah, I'm not there with you. I don't think they're going to be talking Case Keenum anytime soon. Isn't it?
Hell, CJ is going to have a decent game because actually, in my opinion, Baltimore's defense used to be like the cream of the crop, right? I coach at Cincinnati. I had to go against Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and Oli Nada and Suggs. I mean, these guys were the bomb. Now, I think they've taken a step back. I think their defense will give up some points and some yards That's where I think their weakness is nowadays. But they're good enough to stop C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans. I promise you that.
Yeah, I don't see any world. I know JJ said alternate spread. I think we're on the same page there. Baltimore gets it done pretty handily in that game. Titans Saints. Let's move on here. I love the Saints this year personally. I think Derek Carr has a fantastic year in New Orleans. I love him going there. He's a great fit. The slant god Michael Thomas. Who knows if he can stay on the field for more than 2 games this year? I hope so. We know Kamara's suspended. They have Olave. They have a great defense. I'm going Saints in this game. I'm going Saints -3.5 as well. Betcheck's got it at +102. I'm not a believer in the Titans. I don't like Ryan Tannehill. I know they have Derrick Henry. They added D-Hop. I'm going Saints at home, and I'm taking them to cover -3.5 at +102 in this game. Saints are going 1-0 with Derek Carr. Jay, where are you going on this one?
I'm going Titans. I think Mike Vrabel's a great coach. I really do. And I think Tannehill's going to come back. They got Hopkins. They have some weapons on offense. I really think that I'll take the points here. I really think Tennessee is an underrated team. I think they might win the AFC South personally. Jacksonville's good, but I think Tennessee, this is a big game for them. And I think Tennessee's got a good squad. Tannehill doesn't turn the ball over. He can run. And I think defensively they can stop Derek Carr and the few weapons that New Orleans has without Alvin Kamara.
JJ, Titans, Saints?
Play a different spread here, or I'm going to look at the total. I like the under 41. If Titans are going to go into New Orleans and win this game, they're going to have to do it on the defensive side of the ball. I'm not sure how Ryan Tannehill is going to look after sitting out all last year, meshing with DeAndre Hopkins, doing that. I know it's going to help him out quite a bit. And then when you look at the Saints, again, I'm not sure how well Derek Carr and Michael Thomas, Chris Olave, they're all going to do together against the starting defense with the Tennessee Titans. So Titans win this game. They're going to have to do on the defensive side of the ball. If I were to take a side, I think I'm with my dad here, and I would take Tennessee as well. I think it's going to be a
We
close
do have
one.
Derrick Henry. We have
mean
Treylon Burks. We have DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, it's not like we're like going in here naked. We have some good players on offense.
Derrick Henry. You got King Henry too. You do.
Don't forget about King Henry.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it week 1. I will go on as guys for your information as well. We're going to go through every single pick. I know JJ just said he's taking the under here, but I'm going to make sure I get every single pick from you guys on every game if you had to take a side. So I'm the only one going Saints. I'm fine with it. I'll take it. The next game is interesting. 49ers Steelers. We know the Bosa brother just got paid today. Highest paid non-NFL contract or QB contract, in the history of the NFL. The 49ers are currently -2-point favorites. On the road in Pittsburgh is always a very tough place to play. I'm not going to sleep on the Steelers this year. They have a damn good squad. Mike Tomlin, I love him. He's a great coach. As much as he coaches the Steelers and the Browns rivals, he's a great coach, right? You have to admit it. Great defense every single year. TJ Watt is a beast. And then Kenny Pickett. There's a lot of hype around him. George Pickens, Pat Freiermuth, Deontay Johnson, Najee Harris. They have weapons. They're a very well-rounded football team, in my opinion. I'm going to go 49ers, though. I think they get it done on the road this week. I'm not sold on Brock Purdy, so it scares the absolute piss out of me. But, Jay, I'm going 49ers on the road week 1. They're going to be energized with Bosa coming back. Where are you going?
You know, I played at Pittsburgh a lot when I was in Cincinnati. And they play the song Renegade. Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life. And yeah, Pittsburgh's going to beat the shit out of them. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Pittsburgh has a great defense. Brock Purdy is a little bit injured. They got McCaffrey. I got all the weapons at San Francisco. I got it. I am convinced that Pittsburgh plays great defense. I've coached against them before. Mike Tomlin has continued the culture of great physical defense, and they have great players on defense. And I don't think I think other than Trent Williams on the offensive line, I don't think San Francisco can protect Brock Purdy. I think he's going to get hit, and he's going to hit often. So I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Quote right there. I'm going to pull that quote for this week before the game. The Steelers are going to beat the shit out of the 49ers per Coach Jay. JJ, what about you, man?
I'm on the other side, man. I'm on the other side. It's one of those spreads that kind of look a little fishy, smells fishy, looks fishy. But again, if you look back when the San Francisco 49ers played against the Cincinnati Bengals 3 years ago, home opener.
3
I think
years
the 49ers
ago?
were on the road too at this point, and they were 2-point favorites, and everyone was scratching their heads with that one too. This is when Zach Taylor first came around. San Francisco 49ers ended up winning by 30. All right, this defense is still good. Nick Bosa is going to play.
Taylor.
We're going to be okay. The 49ers will be okay. I think they'll find a way to get it done. They still have a lot of weapons. I'm not sure if Pittsburgh, this is their year. I think this is a spot where you could take advantage of a 49ers spread where they get the job done on the road. And I'm just going to go San Fran.
I coached at Pittsburgh, man. I'm telling you, it's a hell of a place to play.
Yeah. You got to
guys
go
ever
get
heard that song, Renegade?
By the end of the day, you got.
They play that song at the third quarter, and it's intimidating. I'm telling you.
You're telling me Kenny Pickett is going to go ahead and it's going to be on the defensive side of the ball, so you might as well look at the under.
We have George Pickens. We have, Deontay Johnson. We have Najee Harris. It's not like we're crappy on offense. Our defense.
I don't believe in Kenny
I'm talking
Pickett.
about our defense.
I don't
take the under. If you're going to err on something, take the under.
I think it's you know them better than us, Jay, but I think it's bold to come on here and say they're going to beat the shit out of the 49ers. I really do. I'm with JJ. I don't trust Kenny Pickett. I think Najee Harris is a bit overrated around the league personally.
Did the 49ers lose an offensive tackle, the right tackle? Where'd he go?
He went to
He did leave.
Okay.
He went to Cincy.
Who's the best pass rusher in the NFL? Okay, be careful.
Be careful for sure, but I think it's bold. Who knows? They could be a Mickey Mouse horseshit bet if 49ers come in and beat the piss out of the Steelers. You might be on the spotlight there, Jay.
Exactly right. But I'm taking Pittsburgh.
I'm
like over 38 in my life when I bet, so don't bet with me.
Bengals, Browns. This is the one that obviously myself and BetJack as an Ohio sportsbook has their sights set on in Cleveland, week 1. I'm going to be honest, guys. A lot of people have asked me tons of questions. Bias aside, again, week 2, when the Browns have to go to Pittsburgh Monday Night Football, I'm scared shitless of how that game's going to go because I'm with you, Jay. It's a tough place to play. But week 1, I really think the Browns get it done at home on plus 116. Joe Burrow's 1-4 against the Browns. He's winless in Cleveland in his career. We don't know how that calf's going to hold up. They're saying he's 100%, and he's saying he's feeling good. But Myles Garrett wreaks havoc whenever he plays Cincy. 11 sacks in 9 career games. Not to mention he adds Darius Smith on the other end, another legit Pro Bowl pass rusher. The place is going to be loud. Deshaun Watson has his sights set, per him, his sights are set on a year better than he was in 2020. I think the Browns get it done. Plus 2.5 and money line plus 116 for me. I think the game goes over. I see a lot of points here. But Jay, what about you? I'm taking my Cleveland Browns week 1 at home.
I used to coach at Cincinnati, and I know Mr. Brown, Mike Brown, one of the greatest owners in the history of this. I mean, he's the best. And I know that he would sit us down and say, hey, when we played the Cleveland Browns, we got to have this game. Or we got to have it. Now, it's not easy to go to Cleveland and win. It's not. But I'm taking Cincinnati to win the game. I know that he's going to put a little bit of pressure on Zach. I mean, he's going to put a little pressure on these guys to push them forward a little bit. But I really think Cincinnati goes to Cleveland and wins. Joe Burrow's going to be fine. We got too many weapons. The secondary at Cleveland's marginal. I think we get it done. I think Cincinnati scores a lot of points and gets it done.
Is it close? Blowout or is it close?
No, it's always going to be close. It's a great rivalry. So whether it's at Cleveland or at Cincinnati, usually it's a split because it's a great rivalry, and the players take a lot of pride in this rivalry now. It's not easy to win at Cleveland. It's not easy to win at Cincinnati for Cleveland. It's a lot of pride. I mean, seriously, the owners will push this rivalry to these players, and they take a lot of pride in it. So I think it'll be a split, but I think Cincinnati wins the first one.
I love it. JJ, what about you, man?
You're going to like this one, Grant. I like Cleveland, and I feel like I'm on the opposite of my dad right now every single time, so one of us is going to get the Mickey Mouse Horseshit Award. But looking at it, man, this is another fishy line. I mean, Cleveland didn't do too well last year. But
they're worried about Burrow playing.
What?
They're worried about Burrow playing. Burrow's fine. He's got
no.
I'm not worried about Burrow. I
Burrow's
think they beat him with Burrow. Honestly,
yeah.
I think this 2.5, because typically when I look at it, because people are going to say sometimes too, they're going to be like, let me just take the Browns on the money line, get a little bit more value out of this line. But being at plus 2.5, I think that 2.5 is going to come into play. I think this could be maybe like a 28-27 ball game. I think it could be a win by one. You said it's going to be close, but if I had to lean one side of a team winning, I'm going to be taking the Browns. I think they win at home. I think this is the one game that they get in the division with a couple others, with Pittsburgh and maybe one against the Ravens. They could go 4-2, maybe 3-3, whatever. But I think this is the one that they get against
So
the Bengals.
Deshaun's going to like turn it all the way around. Deshaun Watson, after his horrific year last year, he's going to like just all of a sudden become a better player over Joe Burrow. You got Deshaun Watson over Joe Burrow. Is that your pick? Which
I'm going Cleveland.
Chase
the total,
and Higgins.
The total is high in this game. The total is high in this game too, which that kind of does scare me because I think both teams are going to have to throw the ball a lot. I mean, it's going to be a high scoring game, I think, which is crazy to say in a division game like this. But I think Deshaun Watson finds a way to get it done.
Do you think that there's no shot that Watson turns it around and has a good year this year because of how bad he was last year? Or do you think he come back to his 2020 self at some point?
Well, if I'm a betting man, I'm going to bet on history. I'm going to take Joe Burrow, who is
the history shows Joe Burrow's one.
The history shows Deshaun Watson has not been very good the last year and a half.
Recent history, yes.
The history says Joe Burrow is the man. So let's take Joe Burrow.
I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying history in Joe Burrow's career against Cleveland points to Cleveland.
They started out slow last year. I get it. However, if I'm going to bet my personal money, I'm going to take Joe Burrow over Deshaun Watson, right?
I can't blame you. I absolutely can't blame you. My thing, though, is, again, I can't get over that record, especially in Cleveland. Again, if Joe Burrow couldn't beat Baker Mayfield and Jacoby Brissett, if Watson looks anything like he did in 2020, it could be a different story. So we'll see. A lot riding on that.
They have Nick Chubb, and I get
it. They do. Nick Chubb.
It's a monster. And Amari Cooper, they have good players. But
more.
I will still err on the side of the better quarterback.
Get him, JJ.
Get him. Great, really good defense too.
Great defense. Did you say great defense?
I think they'll be top 10 this year.
They added, they did add some pieces on defense, a ton of pieces. So we'll see. It should be a good game. It's gonna be
Myles Garrett is really not a great run defender. Let's just make that clear.
But the Bengals
look a little hurt there.
No, he's not a great run defender, but he's a top pass rusher. And again, adding Darius Smith, they added Delvin Tomlinson on the line, who's a good run stuffer.
So if that were you guys playing, I would play Joe Mixon's over rushing yards. Think about it. Duh.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
There's good value there.
You're welcome.
That's a good one to know.
Good value there, 100%. I love it. I love the back and forth. It's going to be a great game no matter what. I can't wait. Buccaneers, Vikings. The Baker Mayfield debut in the era begins in Tampa Bay on the road, however, in Minnesota. I'm going to go Vikings -6. I don't love Tampa this year. Baker Mayfield is going to struggle in my opinion. I like Kirk Cousins. I love Justin Jefferson, obviously. I think they take a step back overall on offense this year with losing Dalvin Cook. But again, they added some weapons via receiver in the draft. And at home, I'm going to take Minnesota -6. I think they get it done this week. I'm going to go to UJ again here. Vikings, Buccaneers.
If I'm the owner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I got Baker Mayfield, do you really tell your coach to tank and get Caleb Williams or not? I'm taking Minnesota 100 times out of 100. Minnesota has firepower on offense. Their defense isn't very good, but it doesn't matter because Tampa Bay's offense is horrible. And I just if Tampa Bay covers this game, I'll be shocked. I'm just telling you. I think Minnesota's a good football team. Their defense will be suspect. I would err on the side of playing the over, but I still think Minnesota covers this game easily. They're too strong. Kirk Cousins is a veteran quarterback, great receivers. We got Addison, we got Justin Jefferson, we got backs. We got it all on offense. Defensively, we'll struggle, but take Minnesota if you have a brain in your head.
I love Baker Mayfield being in Tampa because I've drafted Rachaad White in fantasy. I think he's going to be a good flex player this year. The running back in Tampa, I think he's going to get a lot of action if he stays healthy. JJ, where are you going in this one?
I want you guys to brace yourself here.
Oh God, Jay, he's really gonna take Buccaneers money line.
Minnesota was gonna cover the spread. What if I told you that Tampa Bay is gonna win this ball game outright? This is the game. All right, I just want to hear me out. This spread has been sitting at 6 this whole time. It hasn't moved one bit. There's a lot of money flying in on Minnesota. That shit is not moving. And I'm a more believer in Vegas than anything else. And this is going to be a game where a lot of people are going to be taking Minnesota in their survivor pool. There's going to be a lot of people taking this game in the teaser. There's going to be a lot of teams taking this money line in the parlay. I don't think their defense is good. I think the Buccaneers might make it a shootout. I love the over in this game, 45.5. I think the Buccaneers find a way to get it done offensively. Mike Evans might have a really good game. Chris Godwin's healthy. We'll see what happens here. I think it could be it's a coin flip of a game, and I think Tampa Bay could win it. I'm going with the value in Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
All week I've been seeing odds for Mike Evans' next football team. God damn it, he's not going to have a good week.
Mike Evans going to be there?
This year. He's going to want to get his money. No matter where he goes, he's going to have to play a little bit. I know his value. I know people know his value already, but I mean, he's going to play.
So, Jay, it sounds like JJ, according to you, doesn't have a brain. Am I correct?
Well, he does have a point. I mean, Tampa Bay does have a good defense. I get it. Minnesota has a horrific defense. I just cannot see Minnesota losing to Tampa Bay with Baker Mayfield at quarterback. I just can't see it happening. Too many weapons on offense. I think Minnesota wins like 34-14, something like that. But whatever.
I do want you guys to remember, for the record, I was on Minnesota to finish last in the NFC North this year. So could be a game where the spiral happens. I think Tampa Bay gets this win, and then they freaking just suck throughout the rest of the season. Maybe get 1 or 2 more wins.
Interesting. So they're hyped up for week 1 and then fall off the face of the earth right after that the rest of the
season. Happens a lot. It happens a lot.
Name one time.
The Jaguars and the Colts that first year as offensive coordinator, Pop.
What?
Remember Jaguars, Colts, your first year as offensive coordinator? Yeah! Let's go!
We didn't tank it on purpose. We just got beat. Whatever.
Wow. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, we're either going to look really dumb or JJ's going to look even dumber, Jay, by the time this game wraps up at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Jaguars, Colts. This game is interesting. The Jaguars are the much better team on paper, obviously, top to bottom here. It's in Indianapolis. I'm all about drinking Kool-Aid today for whatever damn reason. I'm buying into Anthony Richardson this year. I'm not saying they win the game, but I think this game could be a lot closer than what people think. +5. I'm going to take the Colts +5 this week. I've seen Anthony Richardson all week long. He's in the office. He on his off days, 8 hours a day. He wants to be great. All he has to do, he's most athletic quarterback the Colts have had in years, right? Since Andrew Luck, at least. He's a great runner. He has great arm strength. The only thing he's got to do is fix the accuracy. They have Michael Pittman. They have weapons. Jonathan Taylor. Like, they're a decent team. On defense, they have some pieces as well. I'm taking the Colts +5. Jay, what about you?
Did you say the only thing he has to fix is his accuracy?
It's a big thing, but that's the only thing. That's the only thing. It's the only thing.
That's a big thing. That's a big thing. I think Anthony Richardson's a great, talented quarterback, but not today. Not against the Jaguars. Jaguars are too strong right now. They're playing with a lot of confidence. They won a playoff game last year. They added Ridley to their team. I think the Jaguars roll these cats in week 1, and I don't think it's close. I think Indianapolis will be good eventually when Richardson gets more playing time and they can get the zone reads going and they get the RPOs going, but not week 1. I think week 1, I think Jacksonville rolls them.
JJ.
This is finally a time that my dad and I agree. I like Jacksonville as well. Defensively, they're good. Okay. And we saw the Colts offensive line last year just totally falter. And I'm curious to see what Anthony Richardson does do. I do have him to win Rookie of the Year. But you say Michael Pittman like he's done something the last couple of years. I really haven't seen much of anything. Maybe he didn't have a quarterback. I know he had Carson Wentz. And I knew he had Matt Ryan.
50-year-old Matt Ryan throwing him the football.
But I mean, seriously, those two guys, a veteran Matt Ryan, I feel like he'd find a way to get him open. And he had a good year with Matt Ryan, but Carson Wentz, we knew what happened there. And I just don't know. I don't know who he's going to throw to. And I just think the Jaguars are the better team here. I think they roll. I think they win by 10+.
Spread is currently -5 again. I think it's closer than I thought, right? Like, honestly, if I was looking at this game, I thought Colts would be maybe +6, +6.5. But either way, I'm going to take the Colts, take the points in that game. Let's keep rolling out the Sunday 1 o'clock slate. Cardinals at Commanders. The Sam Howell debut in Washington. Commanders are currently minus 334 on the money line. Spread is a 7-point spread in this game. They just announced that Josh Dobbs will start in Arizona for this first game. I think the Commanders win, and I think they cover -7. They're one of my. I like them a lot this year. I think Sam Howell has a better year than what people are expecting out of them. They have weapons all across the board. On defense, they have very good pieces as well. I'm going Commanders in this game, but I'm also taking them to cover, Jay.
Yes, I agree. I think the Commanders are a better team, and there's a lot of talk about maybe Arizona tanking to get Caleb Williams. A lot of talk. Maybe the Commanders are. Maybe it's who's going to tank to get Caleb Williams. That's the great question. They should have a lottery, in my opinion. If you don't make the playoffs, you should get a ball in the thing, and you can pull it out and maybe get the first pick in the draft. That's neither here nor there. But I believe that Washington should destroy this team. Arizona is not very good on either side of the ball. And I think Washington's defense is one of the top 4 or 5 in the league, which will give Washington plenty of opportunity to score in the red zone and get turnovers and all that. So Jack Del Rio should wreak havoc on this Arizona offense, and Washington should cover easy, in my opinion.
I've got it right here. PFF released a mock draft today. You probably can't see it. Before the season starts, mock draft for 2024. Guess what, Jay? I know we talked about it a couple shows ago. They have the Cardinals getting the top 2 picks because they own Houston's, I believe. And they have them going Caleb Williams and then Marvin Harrison Jr. back-to-back next year. Mock draft before the season starts. But, Jay, could you imagine? I know we touched on it recently, but could you imagine?
That would be awesome. And I coached Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs at Jacksonville with me. He's one of the smartest human beings in America. He can run. He can throw a little bit. His accuracy is a little up in the air. So he'll make some plays. It'll make it a little bit tough on Washington, but Washington is so much better of a football team. And wouldn't that be awesome to get Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison Jr.? It changes your franchise forever.
Tell me that will never happen, though. I mean, we're looking at the spread of this game for Arizona and Washington. Tell me when Washington will be favored by more than a touchdown for the rest of the year. Never again will this ever happen. I'm on Washington -7. I'm with my pops again. I think that they get the cover pretty easily. It might be a little close. I think Arizona is going to come out and score on their first possession. I mean, I would look at the first half for Arizona, but I think Washington will kind of come up with a game plan in the second half, and then they'll kind of like roll with it and then hold Arizona to almost like a shutout in the second half. But I do like Washington to cover that 7 points.
I see Jay laughing there. Are you laughing at his prediction that they score on the first drive?
Yeah. I'd be willing to bet against that. JJ, how much money you got? I will bet whatever you want to bet that Arizona does not score on their first drive against Washington.
Does it have to be a touchdown or could it be a field goal?
You said score. Okay, I'll go either one. No points for Arizona on their first drive.
I'll do a friendly 5.
Okay, $5. I like it.
I was going to ask the same thing, touchdown or field goal, but I love it. We'll come back to that one next week when we come back for week 2, getting ready for a recap as well as week 2. Let's keep moving. This game is interesting. Panthers at Falcons. The Panthers are plus 3.5 in this one. Tight game all the way around. As we know, Bryce Young debut. Adam Thielen, I believe, was injured in practice today. Don't know what that does to his status, but I did see something about that. And then you got the Falcons. It's interesting, right? Desmond Ridder, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson is going to make his debut. I lean Falcons in this one, but it's honestly, for me, this is a 50-50 toss-up in my opinion. I like the over. I actually think there's points scored in this game personally. I know it's a debut for both essentially starting a fresh season, obviously with Bryce Young coming to the NFL as a rookie. But I'm gonna go over in points in this game, and I'm gonna lean Falcons. Jay, where are you going here?
I'm going Atlanta, 100%. I think Bryce Young is too small right now. I think he's going to struggle in his debut. I think he's going to struggle in his rookie season, in the entire season. I really do. I think he's a talented guy, but it's going to take him a while to pick up the coverages, the blitz packages, all that stuff, and he's small. These defensive linemen, offensive linemen are huge, and I think he's going to struggle. I think Atlanta's got a good football team. I think they're going to pound it right down their throat. I just think that Atlanta's got a good football team. I like the way they're being built, and I think they can pound Carolina into submission.
I love it. I'm right there with you. JJ, where are you going? You come with us or you going Carolina?
I'm with y'all. Adam Thielen, losing Adam Thielen. I know Adam Thielen is not like a freaking do or bust or whatever it is, but I mean, losing a veteran guy like that for Bryce Young could hurt him. You're going to have to throw to Jonathan Mingo. You're going to have to throw to DJ Chark. You have Miles Sanders running the ball with a weak offensive line. You're going to be in some trouble. I think Atlanta gets the job done. I think they win this ball game pretty easy.
This next game on the schedule is another interesting one. Dolphins at Chargers. We're in the 425 slate now. I got to ask, and anybody could take the floor answering this question, but why am I seeing all of this, all of a sudden, crazy hype? I saw a Super Bowl prediction today. The Dolphins actually win the Super Bowl. And I think it's absolutely ludicrous. So the floor is either of yours. Tua is a hit away from never seeing the football field again, right? I know, whatever. He might have learned how to fall if he gets hit, whatever the case is. I don't even think Tua is that good when he's healthy. I really don't. Like, what is all this hype and buzz around the Dolphins? And whoever takes the floor, go ahead and give me your pick first on this game, because I don't see anything crazy surrounding the Dolphins this year.
I would like to go first. Who had the Dolphins to win the AFC East? You guys remember? This guy did. I took the Dolphins to win the AFC East.
And I think that's nuts.
Yeah, well, I think they do. I think they do win the AFC East. I think they're a good team. I mean, if Tua can stay healthy, they got the weapons to do so. We saw a preview of what was to come with Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and all those guys. They got the system in play. I think they have a pretty good head coach. Defensively, they look good. They added Jalen Ramsey. We got Riley Chubb. We got a lot of good guys coming out. I like the Dolphins. I like the Dolphins to cover this game, win straight up, and to ultimately start 1-0.
Number one, Jalen Ramsey's not playing until like December. And number two, I think you said this also because didn't you say if Tua goes down, they'd be fine with Mike White? Wasn't that you earlier this
Yes,
month?
that was JJ.
That's where that comes from.
Yes.
Who knows?
Yeah,
We might
like
see
Mike
Mike
White.
White visit the
He's a
New York
great
Jets
guy.
and win that ball game outright.
However, to go in and win an AFC East with Mike White, if Tua goes down, come on, JJ. You're better than that.
Jay, where are you leaning in this game?
You know what? I think it's going to be a great game. And what is the line in this game?
The Chargers are -3.
I would probably err on the side of Miami in this game, but I like San Diego. I think the chart. It's a hard call for me. I think it's a toss-up. Both teams are very good, and I think the winner of this game will have a lot of confidence moving forward. The loser of this game, everybody's going to be questioning the head coach and all that stuff. But I think both teams are talented. Both teams will be part of the mix coming up later on towards the end of the season for playoffs and all that stuff. Both teams are good.
AFC, you're right. AFC is absolutely loaded. I'm going to go. I know I said the line is 3. I think the Chargers win this game by 7+. At home, again, I've never been a crazy big fan of Tua, whatever the case is. So I'm taking the Chargers. Rams at Seahawks. Cooper Kupp, we talked about it earlier on the show, might be even going on the IR. So fantasy owners, I apologize in advance. Jay, I apologize. I think the Seahawks win this game. The spread is currently 5.5 in favor of the Seahawks. I think they roll. Matthew Stafford, again, coming back this year. I don't love Matthew Stafford. I think he's getting old. He got his ring. I'm going to Seahawks, and I think they cover 5.5. I think they win by a touchdown plus as well. Jay, what about you? Where are you going?
I hate the fact that Cooper Kupp's not playing because I always, I worked there and I saw that Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, Matthew Stafford, Jalen Ramsey were 4 of the most dominant players I've ever seen on the practice field. Jalen Ramsey's gone. Cooper Kupp is hurt. So now we're down to 2, right? So I would probably err on the side of the Seahawks in this game because I just think with the salary cap issues and the players that we lost with the Rams, I think the cupboard's bare. I really do. I love Matthew Stafford. But I just don't think he has enough weapons, especially if Cooper Kupp's not playing now. If Cooper Kupp's not playing, I think the Seahawks are an easy pick.
According to their depth chart, Cooper Kupp is already ruled out, so he's not playing. Van Jefferson is number 2. They have Tutu Atwell as their 1 and 2. Technically, their new 1 and 2. Van Jefferson and Tutu Atwell. Then they've got Ben Skornick and Puka Nakua. I don't know if I butch their names. I'm sorry, but that's
Ben's
just
a good player now. They'll put him at fullback, and they'll do some crazy things with Ben. But yeah, I just think the cupboard's bare out there. They just have had so many issues with the salary cap, losing draft picks. I just think that Seattle will take advantage of that early in the year. Once they get Cooper Kupp back now, the Rams will be a different team. But without Cooper Kupp, you're talking it's going to be hard to get a yard for those guys.
I love it. JJ, where are you going in this one?
I'll give you guys a fun fact here. Did you know the Rams against the spread are 14-0 on season openers that end on days that are even? So they're playing on September 10th. They'll go 15-0.
Where do you find this shit? Where did you find this?
I'm just fucking with you. I had no idea. No, but I do like I do like the Rams here. I like the Rams here plus 5.5. I think it's too many points for an in-division game. Now I know that Cooper Kupp is out. Again, the spread opened at 5.5, right around in there, and we know that Cooper Kupp's out, and that line isn't moving. If he's as valuable as Vegas thinks he is, I think they would bump him up just a little bit, especially with the Seahawks being at home, like the Kansas City Chiefs did with Travis Kelce. So just that with being said, I think the Rams find a way to cover this game. I think the Rams do lose. However, I think Seahawks win by about 3 points or so. I think it's going to be a closer game than people think.
They did say the rookie Jackson Smith-Njigba is projected, Pete Carroll said, to play in this game. The Seahawks are a great team, and Geno Smith had a good year last year. He got his bag. He got his money. So I think this is going to be.
The Seahawks are great now. I just think.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean they're not
right
they're
now.
Not that good.
Without Cooper Kupp than the Rams. If Cooper Kupp was playing, Cooper Kupp catches 9 or 10 balls a game now. They motion them. They run the choice routes. They do the jet sweep. I mean, Cooper Kupp is – it's hard to explain how valuable he is. Without him, they are average. With him, they are way above average.
From a betting standpoint, though, they made this line the way it was, assuming that Cooper Kupp was already going to play. Now they're on the road. He's out. It'll be like 7 or 7.5, in my opinion, and that's why I think that I think Vegas is honest. I mean, I would take the Rams here with the points.
I wouldn't. I just think that Cooper Kupp, the offense runs through Cooper Kupp. I mean, if you watch any games that the Rams played over the last 2 or 3 years, when Cooper Kupp plays, the entire offense revolves around Cooper Kupp. Without him, who is it? Tutu Atwell? Come on.
Tyler Higbee,
let's go.
Tyler Higbee.
Let's go. Here we go.
Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
See, even if Cooper Kupp was playing this game, I would still take the Seahawks. Am I crazy? Maybe, but I would still take the Seahawks even if he was playing personally. But we'll see, right? It's you were saying, Jay, Seattle's a tough place to play. Very tough.
Horrible. It's loud. I mean, it's one of the greatest home field advantages in pro football is Seattle.
It's 12th man. They're rocking every single Sunday. Let's go to Raiders Broncos. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go first. I'm taking the Raiders on plus money on the road in this game. I know it's Jimmy G's first start. I'm not buying the Russ Wilson, Sean Payton thing out of the gate. Do I think down the season they progress and become something? Absolutely. But on the road, I think the Raiders are a little bit undervalued. Jimmy G, Josh Jacobs is back. Devontae Adams is one of the best receivers in the league. Jacoby Myers behind him. Hunter Renfrow. Austin Hooper at tight end doesn't do anything crazy for me. But I think the Raiders are sneaky good this year. I think they're going to have a decent year. And I'm taking them on the road in Denver. I know Denver is also a tough place to play. But I'm taking the plus 160, and I'm taking the Raiders in week 1.
I love that pick. That's a good pick.
I love it. Thanks, Coach.
Your first compliment of the season, Grant. Way to go.
Appreciate it.
I really think that's an amazing pick. I think that,
Thank you, Coach.
Sean Payton's a great coach. I get it. But Sean Payton doesn't run on the field to get a 3-point stance and play football. He doesn't take the snap from quarterback. He doesn't do that. The Denver Broncos stunk last year, and they're going to stink again. I think the Raiders can win this game. I really do. If I were playing, I would play the Raiders as well. I just don't think that Russell Wilson, over the what I've seen the last couple of years, I think he's going to struggle again. I mean, it's a new offense, new terminology. He's a smart guy, but I just think that his struggles have been hard to correct for a new coach. I would err on the side of the Raiders.
So, Jay, I got to ask, I may have him, I might not, but if I had to settle for Russell Wilson as my fantasy football quarterback, are you suggesting I would make a change as soon as I could?
Personally, yes.
Asking for a friend. Okay.
I mean, it's documented. I'm just looking at the history of the last couple of years. The last couple of years he played at Seattle. Seattle let him go for a reason. I mean, it's not like that.
Yeah.
You don't let go of premier top-notch quarterbacks just for the fun of it. I mean, it's like, okay, fine. Go ahead.
For sure.
Right? Like we did at Washington with Kirk Cousins, which is the dumbest move in the history of football. But anyway, yeah. So I just think he's struggling. I don't think he can see. I think his athleticism has like deteriorated just a little bit to be a true drop back passing anticipation quarterback, which Sean Payton knows and loves with Drew Brees. He ain't Drew Brees. This is a different type of animal. So maybe they can make it work. Maybe I'm wrong. I just don't think it'll work.
Well, we're both on the same side here, JJ. Who are you going with? Broncos, Raiders.
I mean, look, if I'm going aside, I think I would join you all on the Raiders. But again, I'm looking at the total more so in this one. I like the over 44. I think Sean Payton comes out. Yeah, I like the over here. I like the over. I think Denver scores some points. I think the Raiders answer a little bit early too. I think it's going to be a 24-28 ball game. I think you can see it going over the
Always
50s.
put the higher number first. Say 28-24. Never say
24-28.
I hate that.
Well, I was looking at the Raiders, picturing the Raiders score
28-24. Never say
24-28.
Come on, JJ.
So,
you know that.
Come on, you're better than
I
that.
mean, I'll go over. I'm just going to go over. I'm just saying over. And it's over.
All right. He doesn't have to give points one way or the other if he just says over or under. So we'll roll with that one. We'll roll with that. Packers, Bears. Another great game. This one is as tight as it gets. 1 point line either way. Packers are underdogs technically at -105. Bears -118. This one is a tie. Like Justin Fields, DJ Moore, are they going to be something this year? I personally don't think so. I don't think Justin Fields takes the step as a passer that everybody thinks he's going to. Jay, I see you're already ready to come for me. I'm taking the Packers in this game on the road. I'm doing it. I'm taking the Packers.
I think that the winner of this game is going to be like, oh my gosh, we got it made, but you really don't. I don't think either one of these teams are very good personally. I think the Packers have a pretty good defense. The Bears are very exciting on offense because of Justin Fields and DJ Moore. It's going to be fun to watch. But at the end of the day, I don't think either one are very good. So I would take Chicago. I think Justin Fields in his second year, I think I would rather take him ahead of the Packers and their young quarterback who hasn't played a whole lot. I don't think they have any weapons on offense other than Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. I just don't feel it.
Where are you going, JJ?
So this game was at Green Bay. The spread would be Green Bay favored by 5 points, right? If you kind of do the math with neutral field and then home field advantage, all that. I don't know if how much home field advantage is coming over now, but look at this game, man. I like the Green Bay Packers. I'm with you, Grant. I think they're the better team. I think knowing Chicago, having Justin Fields, having those new weapons, and them only being -1 against a team with Jordan Love, who only put up 7 points in his one start against the Kansas City Chiefs, which was basically like a charity 7 points when they just stopped, trying towards the end of the game. I like the Green Bay Packers here. I think they're going to do some things with Aaron Jones. AJ Dillon's going to pound the rock a little bit. Christian Watson, Romeo Dubes. I like that offense. Defensively, too, the Green Bay Packers are a lot better than the Chicago Bears. And when was the last time we really said that the Chicago Bears was an exciting offense? I mean, was it like Jay Cutler and Brandon Marshall? You said that Bears offense. I still don't think Justin Fields and DJ Moore is any good. I mean, like I do like DJ Moore. He was kind of good at Carolina, but he kind of fell off a little bit last year. But
So why don't you play the under, JJ?
I think that 42.5. That's a weird number.
Well, if the Bears are not exciting on offense and the Packers have a quarterback who hasn't played any, why would you play the under?
42.5 seems high. Personally, it seems pretty high.
It does seem high. I think that might be
the hook is scary. That hook is scary.
The
42 and
hook.
a half is a weird number, and I usually tend to look at the over in the 42 and a half.
Interesting. Yeah, it's
I'm
definitely
telling you.
high. Yeah, it's high for sure.
I don't like the game personally. I would
It's an
air.
ugly game.
I would play the under if I was going to play it. I think the Packers are going to be very conservative on offense. They're going to hand the ball off to Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. They'll do some play passes. They'll try to get that going. Justin Fields is going to try to hand the ball off, and they're going to try some screens to DJ Moore. It's going to be a low-scoring game. That's my opinion.
I took the Packers to win the NFC North, by the way. So this is a game that you got to get.
Packers Bears screams Fox all over it, and with DirecTV dropping Fox, I'm not going to put anything on it because I can't even watch the damn game. So
yeah,
it's going to be a good game though. Again, it's an ugly game. I'm with you, Jay. It's quarterbacks, again, new system, not new weapons, and Jordan Love, right? Like we don't know how he's going to do in a full season yet, obviously, let alone in game one. So it's an ugly game. Eagles Patriots. JJ, why is this spread only a 4-point spread either way? Does this seem
It's a Tom Brady effect, man. It's a Tom Brady effect. He's going to be in attendance. He's being honored. That's going to give the New England Patriots a lot of gutso, man.
It's going to fuel Mac Jones. It's going to fuel Mac Jones.
Stupid. Yeah, Mac Jones. I mean, they cut Bailey Zappi, right? That probably said in the message, "Hey, you're our guy. There's no competition anymore." I know there's a little bit of there's some turmoil back there, but let's make you feel a little bit better here, Mac. Let's make sure that you know that you're our guy.
I was seeing the
what?
Go ahead. I was seeing that Juju Smith-Schuster's knee.
Don't cut me off. I'm taking the Patriots money line.
No, Jesus, get out of here.
Philadelphia Eagles in New England, in Foxborough. It's going to be one hell of a game, I think, and I'm going with Mac Jones and company. I do think New England, is going to struggle. I think overall 8-9, but I think they win this game against the runner-up champs.
Jay, are you? I hope you're not on his side on this one. Are you?
I am not. I'm not going to go the other way. I think Philadelphia beats these guys in a submission. I really do.
There we go.
I think defensively, Philadelphia's got a great defensive front. They're getting a little bit older, but they're in a position right now. They know the time is now. Jalen Hurts is a hell of a player. We got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. We are going to roll the New England Patriots. I don't care if Tom Brady's there. I don't care if Steve Grogan's there. It doesn't matter. The Philadelphia Eagles, the time is now for these guys. They had a taste of success. They lost by 3 points in the Super Bowl. These guys are going to come out and roll the Patriots.
Beat the shit out of the Patriots. That's what they're going to do. 100%. And JJ, what I was saying was I was seeing reports that Juju Smith-Schuster's knee could blow at any second. That's what I was seeing this week. I mean, does that really scare you? Really think that the Patriots are going to go out there and beat the Eagles with Juju Smith-Schuster, TikTok guy, as their number one wide receiver? You really think that's going to happen?
No, they're going to beat him with Zeke Elliott.
Jesus.
The Eagle Killer.
Oh, gosh.
You guys do have Devontae Parker as well.
Yeah,
Devontae did go to Louisville. Let's go, Devontae.
Hunter Henry, too, Jay. Hunter Henry's in New England.
Yeah.
Hunter Henry's in New England. So, Mike Gesicki. Yeah, sorry, JJ, I'm with your dad. I don't see a world where the Patriots win this game. I don't care if Tom Brady suits up, comes out of retirement, suits up. I don't buy it.
I heard that might happen.
They might need him because Mac Jones might be in trouble.
Breaking news.
Here we go. Cowboys Giants Sunday Night Football. Giants at home are on plus money. I'm taking the Giants. I am one of the biggest Dak Prescott haters probably out there. I'm taking the Giants at home on plus money. Daniel Jones got paid. Saquon's back. I'm taking the Giants. JJ, I'm coming to you first here. Are you with me or are you against me in this one?
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. I'm going New York Giants. I love taking a home underdog divisional game, especially on Sunday Night Football when people are going to try to make some money back. I think a lot of people are going to be on the Dallas Cowboys, knowing what they did on defense, knowing they got Dak, CD Lamb, and those guys, Tony Pollard, good offense. I really feel like there's going to be a lot of bettors who probably bet on Minnesota earlier in the day that are going to look to go to Dallas to help them get out of a hole. But Daniel Jones is going to say, nah, not on my watch. I love the New York Giants to win this game. Give me the Giants +3, possibly even on the money line too.
Jay, I saw this going, man. I saw this going. Are you against us? You're riding with Jerry Jones and them Cowboys?
Cowboys are a great football team. I'm telling you, I really think they might be one of the top 3 or 4 teams in the NFL, talent-wise, for sure, right? There is no way the New York Giants can beat the Dallas Cowboys. They haven't beat them in what's Dak Prescott's record against the New York Giants? Anybody know the last 10 games? Anybody know?
I'll look it up. I'll look it up.
Yeah, look it up. Thank you. I know they swept them last year. They're going to sweep them again this year. The rosters are not even comparable. The New York Giants don't have a wideout that can get open on Gilmore or Diggs. They have no chance. The only chance they have is if Waller can really have a hell of a day, right, on the inside at the tight end position, and Saquon Barkley. So Dan Quinn will stack the box. He'll play cover 3, his little stack the box deal, and make the New York Giants throw the ball to who? Who are they going to throw it to? Other than Waller. They don't have anybody. So I really believe this is the easiest pick of the week. I think the Cowboys roll this game easy. We have a great offensive line. Not we. Why am I saying we? They have a good offensive line. They have a great defense. They have 2 of the best pass rushers in the NFL. They have the 2 best corners in the NFL, the 2 best corners in the NFL, right? They really do. They have good safeties. I don't know. I mean, they have good receivers.
Giants have Paris Campbell.
What?
The Giants have
Paris Campbell. Yeah, I like Paris. Yeah, he's played a lot of downs. So I just think if you look at the roster, if you go on if you look at the rosters top to bottom, there's no way you can say the Giants can beat the damn Cowboys.
Dak Prescott is 10-2 versus the Giants.
10-2. Sorry, I thought it was 10-0. My bad.
I wonder if his losses are in New York.
You're not a Jalen Hyatt believer, Jay, the rookie receiver. I'm telling you, they're gonna beat him. I'm gonna come back to you next week. Giants win this game.
Huh. I disagree.
You made a good point about Darren Waller, though. I think Darren Waller is going to get a lot of looks.
He's going to have to get a lot of looks because none of the wideouts will get a look at all because they'll be covered like a blanket. It's up to Darren Waller. They got to play a 2 tight end set. They're going to have to pound the Cowboys. That's the only chance they have. Eat up the clock, run some zone reads with Daniel Jones. I get that. That's the only chance they have. And keep Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb on the bench. I mean, the Giants have 2 rookie corners, for God's sake. If they don't stop Pollard's running game and they have to bring the safety up, they got 2 rookie corners against CeeDee Lamb and Gallup and they just got what's his name?
Brandon Cooks. Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a nightmare for him.
I tell you what, JJ, he's making it sound like this might be a Mickey Mouse horseshit bet for the 2 of us here. So I'm a little nervous. We'll see. We'll see. To wrap it up, a game that a lot of people are going to be waiting for, Monday Night Football, the Buffalo Bills against the New York Jets. I'm going to keep it short, simple, and sweet. Aaron Rodgers' debut at home against the Bills. The Jets win plus 120. I think they win by 10 plus in this game. JJ, I'm coming back to you, man. Where are you going?
You think the Bills are going to win by 10 plus?
I think the Jets win by 10 plus.
Wow, that's balls. That's a ballsy statement. I thought my shit was crazy with the Vikings losing, but that one right there, that might take the cake because if the Jets win this game, they're not going to win by 10 plus. But I do like the Jets. I think it's going to be kind of close. I like their defense. I like Aaron Rodgers. I like Garrett Wilson. Curious to see what happens there. Looking at the over/under though, I'm going to go the under. Only reason why is you look at these 2 quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen, how capable they are of putting up a lot of points offensively, and having it being only at 46 tells you a lot about, I think, what direction this game is going to go into. I think Jets need to step up defensively. I like the under in this ball game more than anything, so I'm going to look at the total side. I'm going to go with the under 46.
Jay, where are you going here? It's going to be a great game. I really they split last year, right? So the Jets won 1 and the Bills won 1 last year, and that was without Aaron Rodgers. So everybody thinks now that Aaron Rodgers is here, hey, let's go. But the Jets' offensive line has struggled throughout. So I would probably err on the side of JJ. I think everybody's going to think it's going to be a high-scoring game with Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen. But really, the Jets' defense shut down Josh Allen last year. I mean, Diggs only had 120 yards in 2 games against them. I mean, they struggled quite a bit. The Jets offense struggled, obviously. The Bills offense struggled mightily. The Bills running backs only had less than 100 yards rushing other than Josh Allen. Nobody could run the ball. So I think James Cook got to step up. But I would err on the side of a low-scoring game because I think both defenses are pretty good.
I think it could be low scoring as well. I'm excited to see the Jets this year. I really think Aaron Rodgers is going to be very successful there, and he wants to be there, right? I think that plays a big part as he's very happy. I think he still has a year or two left in the tank. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap up the first official week 1 betting preview. And I just came up with this segment and this idea last minute, so we're going to run with it. We just went through the whole schedule. As we do the Mickey Mouse horse shit every single week, let's do a survivor pool with the 3 of us for all season long. Everybody right now, JJ, I'm going to start with you. Pick one team, and how it's going to work, you're going to pick one team that's going to win every week. And if we're all standing at the end of the year, then we all win. But pick one team. You can't use the same team twice, so you got to use some strategy involved in this. You guys know how survivor pools work, I'm sure. JJ, I'm going to start with you. Last minute audible. Give me one team that is an absolute lock to win this week for your first pick in your survivor.
I'm going to go with the team that will never see them be a 7-point favorite ever again, and that's the Commanders. I'm going to get them out of the way. I can't use them again in the future. I won't need to, but this is the game that they win. Give me the Washington Commanders to win against the Cardinals.
I am going to go next. I'm going to take the Ravens in this game. I know it's probably playing it super safe in the week 1, but I'm trying to get out of week 1. I don't think I need to use the Ravens ever again. I think, obviously, we talked about it earlier. I think they roll. I'm going to use the Ravens this week. I know, again, it might be just playing it safe. If they lose, I'm going to be in so much piss, but it is what it is. Jay, who's your team?
I'm with JJ. I'm taking the Commanders. I mean, this is a great opportunity to take them. I just think that they're a much better football team, and I don't know when else I could use them. I think the Commanders are the play in week 1.
I love it. Commanders, Ravens. Let's see if we can go 3-0. Bring it back next Wednesday night. Jay, thanks for joining us as always. Again, if you guys are new to BetCheck in Ohio, $1,000 of bonus bets to new users. Go Browns this week. I'm riding against you, Jay. Best of luck to everybody this week. We'll see you next week, and everybody have a good one.
All right, boys.